I'm hopefully almost there. Didn't expect it to be this much. Before this video starts, I feel the need to highlight that I made some mistakes while in Northern Ireland and messed up some of the camera footage that I was trying to get. So I just took other footage from later in the day or the next day and overlaid that on the audio just to make things look clean and entertaining. In addition, I decided not to bring a tripod or a microphone, which is very frustrating in hindsight. I really need to move past this because it's like, I don't know if I'll film a video. I don't know if I'll have time, so I just don't bring anything. And then in the end, I'm trying to prop my phone up on like stacks of wood or in the grass or something like that. And it just made everything less ideal. I lost like half of the lifts I made on the stone, and therefore end up doing like 6 lifts in order to get a good amount of footage. I got a nice stone kisses on the forearm that are, they're healing up pretty well, but it wouldn't have been as torn up. I hadn't done as many lifts, but needed to just to get some footage on camera prior to leaving that area. You see in the video like how hard it was to get up there and find the stone. I really hope things make sense as you watch this video because it does jump around with the different sites that we visited and where we were at each day. So some stuff is the next day, some stuff is later that day. But ultimately, I went to the Scalp site, drove back to Port Stewart, and then we went up the coast after driving down a ways and hit Torr Head and then Merlot Bay and Fair Head. So you'll see all that footage kind of spliced in there from different points. Overall, I hope it's a good video. I think this is the kind of thing I would like to do more in the future. I would really like the channel to get to a point where like I have a more professional camera and set of equipment, probably outsource the editing as that can be the most frustrating part of it and time consuming so they can get content out quicker and do a better job of it. And really just the activity of traveling around and like doing stuff like this, I feel like it's very cool and can make for good content. And it's very exciting for me to do. But it's cool to have lifted like a stone in Ketchikan, Alaska, to do a random one in Maine and tried to press that overhead. But none of these stones are like named and famous or have any like story behind them necessarily. So to do one, the Scalp stone being named for Scalp Sunday, which is the first Sunday of August, people would go and lift the stone to show their strength and try to get it up to like the chin height. So it's cool to take part of that tradition. It was cool to hike out there early in the morning, accomplish that, and I was very happy with all that. I just would have liked the video to be a little bit more quality, but still, in the end, it is documented. It's put together in the best way that I can, and I hope you enjoy it. Hello, welcome back to the Fox Strength Performance YouTube channel. I am Taylor Fox, and it's a little after 6:30 in the morning. We are out here, backcountry Northern Ireland, just roaming around a little bit. I am trying to find the Scalp stone today, a 275 pound or 125 kilo stone somewhere in Northern Ireland. I'm pretty close to it right now. And that's really like the main stone that I could find up here. We've been mainly in Northern Ireland for my wife and I getting married the other day. So I haven't really had the opportunity to go back down to the Republic of Ireland and try to hit up some of those stones, which you're gonna see as like the more notable and common ones. I'm not sure what like Google Maps was showing, like if that's it. A lot of the pictures of these like ponds, which is really cool, but this is all private farmland, so there isn't really a way to get on anywhere. It's all barbed wired off and sectioned off the way they kind of divide everything up. So I'm just kind of taking it all in, and then I'm gonna get back in the car and go over to this stone. But definitely super cool out here and a great experience to jump out here early in the morning and just take all this in. I talked a lot in my vows about like being exceptional, and it's interesting like people seem shocked. Again, like I feel like this theme comes up a lot, but that I was training while out here on vacation, which I wouldn't say I've been training that hard at all. Nothing too much lower body, and the upper body stuff has really just been accessories. So haven't pushed it crazy hard, and I did find a good gym, Evolution Gym in Coleraine. And Coleraine was a pretty nice area too, so I'm glad I searched that out and found the gym, and then was able to explore that area a little bit too. The bridge like across the river band is very cool, and just kind of nice town atmosphere, some shops to look at, get some food. But like overall, like just coming out here and like still trying to stay on that grind of like getting some stuff in. But like I feel very like appreciative and grateful like for what I have accomplished, and finally getting out here, finally getting married, and like getting all that done. I feel like a lot of people, it's like, oh, that people that are driven and like type A personality and want to make those things happen. Like I feel like it's good to not be satisfied, but I think you should still be happy and proud like of what you've done. So like if you're never happy with anything, like I feel like you're just gonna be miserable, and that's what kind of tears lives apart, tears relationships apart, like gives you bad attitude and outlook. So I feel like good just, you know, doing crazy stuff like this that people aren't gonna do, or like immediately finding a gym when we land, because I know like that's a positive thing to get a training session in to avoid the jet lag, and just training in general, like while on vacation, you know, keep up the routine, and just really not being satisfied with like the results I have, and like trying to get better and trying to move forward. But also like I've done a lot, have a good family, married now, it's awesome, got a good job, like successful, like I have like a good track, I would say, moving forward to make more progress and achieve more goals. But like I would, you know, I'm really happy with what like I've accomplished up until this point, and I try to like keep a positive outlook, and you know, as I move forward and do stuff like go find these out of the way stones to lift and do crazy strongman things. But hey, let's get back in the car and see if we can go find this. So it's crazy because you saw where it was just now, and it was sunny, nice, and then I literally drive down the street and there's like so much fog, pretty much got to like very little visibility, like beyond 10 feet. So it was like I'm already on bad roads, like back roads with no space, and I can't see anything. And I'm like, well, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna get there and like filming in the fog. But I literally come out like on the other side of it and there's nothing. And now it's nice again. It's so interesting. Like everybody tells us it's like such uncommon weather here. Like it's been beautiful. It's been pretty warm, sunny, like barely clouds in the sky each day. And it's like you guys are so lucky to come here at this point. And then like it rained last night, so it's like it can just rain all of a sudden and then it gets foggy. And now I had to pick from two paths, so I just went with the one. Thank goodness for Google Maps. And this looks to be somebody's farmland, so I'm gonna get out of here and go back down. And like reading stuff about like how those have like journeyed to like find the Husafell stone. Like it's so interesting like how much you have to put into it to find it. It's definitely not easy, but I'm trying to figure it out and make it work and see what happens. So hopefully I don't get like called out for coming on somebody else's land, because that wouldn't be great. So some of the fog that I was talking about, and I really hope I'm not gonna get screwed over here. This is where it's telling me to go. I had to hop a gate by this farmer's land, and I feel like I just maybe came in the back way, so the gate is more to keep people that are hiking down here off of his land. At least is what I'm hoping. And then it's fine to be up here, because this does look like a nice trail. It's pretty freaking cool. If you're interested in stones, check out Indiana Stones on Instagram. But he's done this one. And I was looking at his video, but it doesn't really give much information on how to actually find it, which is nice. And I know there's an American Strongwoman that came out here to do it as well. I guess we'll just have to see if we can find it and avoid all the shit on the road. This is crazy though. I gotta go back to my GPS and see if that'll be helpful. I am getting very close, and there's a bunny over here, so that's nice. Yeah, this is crazy, and it's funny, like I was like, I'm getting up early in the morning. My wife was like, I would really like to do this, but I'm not getting up early in the morning. I'm like, well, also, this hike isn't long, but it is challenging. The footing isn't very good. The ground is all kind of like bloated and like semi-wet. Not really great conditions. We've both been having ankle issues, so I'm not feeling great with it, but I'm toughing it out to try to find this, because I really only have like 40 minutes left and I need to drive back up to Port Stewart. So we need to see if we can figure out where this is as quickly as possible, but also take in everything that's out here. I'm hopefully almost there. Didn't expect it to be this much, but here we are, just staring at a windmill over here. It's crazy, the grass is pretty high, so you step and sometimes there's a rock there. And I don't have good ankles right now, so it's like, oh my god. I did slip. We did the rope bridge, which is a big attraction here, the one day, and I did slip on a rock. It re-aggravated my ankle a little bit, but we're doing it. I think this might be the last little bit, hopefully. Yeah, I feel like this is just crazy. Also, I think it's that down there. So I've climbed way too high, but this is amazing. But let's go down. I keep saying I gotta go down because I'm so short on time, but I feel like this is just so cool. So standing on this rock and just trying to catch some pics, take some of the views in. But I do really need to get down there and lift this stone. So this was definitely not ideal, a little bit crazy. And I did some shady things, to be honest, but people always ask me about like powerlifting and doing that again. And I really love lifting barbells and trying to best myself. But there's something about a stone in a field that speaks to me and that I just love so much. Scalp soon done. Hit me up if you need advice how to get here. Thank you to Indiana Stones, because without this video I don't think I would have the confidence to keep looking. Again, this is crazy. I gotta go. I have no time. I gotta go. Whoop! I definitely did not forget anything. I need to double back. So now running even more behind, but I think the way I'm going down now is a little bit safer. So just making the hike down. Whew. Oh boy. You can see all this treacherous footing and just lack of a trail. It's been alright though. I haven't actually fallen over. A couple minor slips. And I'm just straight up walking through a bush. Definitely did not hop a barbed wire fence to get to this. Hopefully no farmers in Northern Ireland start following me on my channel. I still got one more fence to climb and then I'm gonna drive out of here. So I'm trying to hustle, but this is also, it's a lot. It's a lot getting up, it's gonna be a lot getting down. Try to drop a pin where my car is and make sure I'm going the right direction. More cool rock formations. Kind of halfway down the mountain. And then I'll be right at my car once I get off this trail. Here we are, coming down the path. Dodging all this shit. And then once I got back in the car, I had to drive an hour and a half to get back up to Port Stewart and meet up with my family, and that was pretty rough. But we got that done, and then we drove down to some other places, and then ended up driving up the northern coast, which you saw in some other clips earlier in the video. But we stopped at Torr Head, which was awesome, and then had just this abandoned, ruined castle that people come and, wander around in, and that was really cool. And it's got these hills you can climb, so, after all that and climbing up to get to the Scalp stone, I did this as well. But, we got married on Monday, and then we had pictures after that, and we had pictures Tuesday morning, and then we had a tour of the distillery in Bushmills. So it was busy, but I would say this, being Wednesday, was a very fulfilling day. I got to do a lot. I got to find the stone and lift it, and then I got to see all of this, which was just amazing. So, of the trip, I would say, just as far as, getting to see a lot and driving around, this was the best day for that. And then, of course, because I'm me, I found a stone by one of the pen gates and was just I'm going to lift this stone, and maybe we can popularize this as the Torr stone. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's really that heavy, but I carried it across the lot here and then shouldered it in the next clip. And it's a pretty nice stone, and I mean, given the history and all of it, they're often stones used for holding sheep pens open or doing something else, as far as the farm work. So I could certainly see it being a stone that you would kind of popularize for people to come around and lift. And then I put something together based off the poem by Charles Bukowski, Go All the Way, and then I have a quote from Alex Hormozy in here. So that's what I'm going to close the video out with today. If you're going to try, go all the way. Go all in and pursue your passion. Give everything in the face of probable failure. If you're going to try, go all the way. It could mean exhaustion and uncomfortable moments. It could mean criticism and loneliness. The path of the exceptional person is one of an exception. The tests will be more trying. The failures will be more frequent. Do it anyway. The adversity does not put us down. It makes us stronger. And you'll have more to show in the end with failure than others would by avoiding it altogether. If you're going to try, go all the way. There's no other feeling like that. You will be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. The satisfaction you gain will be unlike any other, and the fulfillment will lead to greater endeavors. With that kind of effort and commitment, your accomplishments will transcend time and space. So do it. Go all the way.